Welcome to my channel. I'm pianist Yoon Kim. So we are back to Let's Practice series. Yay! One practice tip under 5 minutes. I think this is about number 4 of our series. So today, instead of sharing one practice tip, what I'm going to do is sharing 5 books that I think is amazing to help you to practice better, to have a better practice mentality. I hope you find this video helpful as well. Please subscribe. Also, push the like button for me as well, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any other videos. So let's get started. So I'm going to share 5 books must read as a musician, as a pianist, to develop a good practice habits and practice mentality. So number 1 is Atomic Habits. I really swear by this book because it really talks about how to create a good habits, how to get rid of bad habits, how to create a good habits. And in my experience of practicing for my life, practice is almost 80-90% of habit forming. And we all hope that that habit is so easy for us to sit down on the piano. So the goal of practicing piano is you making less friction about you coming to a piano and sit down and practice. So by creating a good practice habits, I think it will make it you much easier. And I don't really think about when I'm gonna practice, and a lot of times because that's a program into my daily routine. So I highly recommend to read this Atomic Habits for you to get to a step closer to practice much more easily. That leads to number 2, my highly recommended book for better practicer is this book, One Thing. This is actually even for Atomic Habit, was not necessarily directly related to music. But this one thing as well is really help you to simplify life in general and task in general. So I think if you can just boil down to what is that one thing you can improve, what is that one thing that you want to work on that particular time of your practice, this kind of a one thing mentality will really help you to practice more efficiently. Not only practice, but also in life. I thought I would actually knew a lot of this concept that what author is talking about, but after reading this book, oh wow, this is actually absolutely must book to read. So now it gets to number 3 of my highly recommended book for you is Mindset. And a lot of people would think that their ability is already decided. Even if you don't think that you think that way, Fixed Mindset, by reading this book really would open up your possibility. I mean, the whole point of it is that you are much more flexible in your learning. I think this book will help you to think you never know your true capacity of whatever you do. Of course, some might be still pessimistic about it, but hey, I think we all can try to extend ourselves a little bit better version of it. By reading this book, it kind of confirms that, yeah, I keep moving forward because I know I'm making a difference. So I highly recommend it. In fact, I think I've read this at least 3 or 4 times, and each time I learn something new again. So number 4 book that I want to recommend with you is for first time in this list. It's actually music specific related. It's called Practice of Practice. I think over the years or in my whole life, I learned how to practice from my teachers, from my friends, or by trying out, from experience, But by reading a book like this, there are a lot of wisdom is in there. Of even just simply try out different passages in different rhythmic patterns or things like that. And I found, especially with the students who don't have like years and years and 10 and 20 years of playing that instrument, might really benefit. And in fact, a lot of my students said that this book helped them to try out different ways of practice. So I highly recommend reading this book. So number 5, the last book that I want to recommend you is The Perfect Wrong Note. This, I love the title too, The Perfect Wrong Note. Often when you perform, you feel like you are judged and you are afraid of making mistakes. But this book really helps you to think that wrong notes, the mistakes are simply information. And also the joy of playing piano, joy of playing your instrument, or joy of being a musician, it's gonna overflow and give the energy to the audience rather than you think people are giving you a negative energy and judging you. So a lot of times this concept of releasing your creativity and releasing your inner artist by practicing more openly and open to new ideas and things like that. So I found a lot of adult students found this book also very helpful. So that is my 5 book recommendations, probably must read. Let me know if any of these books you read before, or if you have book recommendation, please let me know in a comment, and also why that book actually was helpful for you as well. So please let me know also if you read that book and apply any concept and how it helped. I really would love to learn from your experience as well. So I hope today's video is actually shorter than not, or at least close to 5 minutes cut today. So hope to see you next video. Thank you. Bye.